Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Talk with the Titans, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam, and this is Talk with the Titans. On tonight's show, we have a special show for you. It is entitled Who's on the Panel. We're giving back to our audience members. We're so grateful, we're so thankful for all that you've done for us, the success that we've achieved so far. Literally, in the very first 3 months of us being operational, we've reached 100,000 views. The very first 2 months, we reached our first 1,000 subscribers. A month later, we're in the third month now, we've got 2,000 subscribers. So we're very grateful and we're appreciative of the support that we're receiving from our audience members out there. So as a big thank you to you audience members out there, we're kind of opening up our panels. We're opening up this forum for you to come on. Okay, we've got a few Titans already within inside of the panel, but we're more interested in you audience members out there. Come and join us. And if you don't know already, Talk with the Titans is on every single Wednesdays weekly. Every Wednesday we are on, okay? So please just put that in your diary. Let everybody know that we are on every single Wednesday. We are live and direct, okay? And if you're just tuning in right now, and I know you've got friends wondering where is Talk with the Titans, is Talk with the Titans on, let them know. Just hit that share button down below. Let them know that Talk with the Titans has now officially started. Okay, so who's on the panel? That's what we want to know. Who is on the panel today? We have our brother. I know that you love this brother so much. We've got our brother Isa. Brother Isa, Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam, brother. Glad to be here. Looking forward to what we have to discuss tonight, because I think it's really important to take stock of what's been going on and express what we feel about where we should go from here still.
Exactly. Okay, great. And also we've got Brother Panahisi from the Hebrew War Machine in the studios with us today. So shalom, my brother.
Shalom, shalom. Just ready to do it. In the beginning stages of my my new foundation, the Hebraic Independent Research Foundation, bringing real scholarship to the Hebrew community. So I'm ready to discuss whatever we got to discuss tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent, excellent. And also we have our brother Kufu from the team Osiris. So hotep to you, my brother. All right, and we've also, got some Titans joining us right now. We have the brother Israel Doctrine, who's literally just joined us right now. So I'm saying peace to you, my brother Israel. Salute.
Peace. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Good. All right. So let's get it started. Okay, well, let's get it started. Again, please hit that share button down below. Share on the Facebook, share on the Twitter, share on your Google Plus. Let everybody know that we are live right now. I'm actually going to wait for you to actually just share the link. Just share the link. It's not going to take too long. I've got brothers right now who are messaging me for the link for Talk with the Titans. So please just hit that share button and let everybody know that we are live right now. Okay, so there's so much Titans that's just messaging me for the link. I'm trying to tell them that, listen, today's show, we're dedicating it to our audience members, okay? So we're going to try to get the audience in and, actually talk with us. And I can see right now we have brothers and sisters that are sitting down with their family. I can see, my brother Pac-Man, he's just there. I can see his beautiful daughters in the background actually just chilling. So I love this, okay? So if you don't know already, Talk with the Titans was birthed out of the idea that the intellectual giants, the titans of our community, should have a well-organized platform to present, discuss, and debate critical information affecting our community, proposed by you, our audience members out there, the community. And you know already we have a family-friendly zone. Our policies ensure that it's a family-friendly environment. Okay. The very first rule we have in Talk with the Titans is to first keep your mics muted at all times. Second, respect another person's side, but when they're speaking, please do not interrupt them. Our third rule is no foul language, no foul language at all, no profanity. We don't actually accept it. So this is how we've got the whole family sitting down, you know, literally casting it onto their screens at home, you know, sitting down, playing their PlayStations or their Xbox, and they've got us up, you know, playing in the barbershops, etc. So we love the support, and we're thankful and we're grateful for that as well. And we're trying our very best to support the Titans worldwide. Okay, you know, already, if you don't know, we've had Titans from the continent, from Africa, from Nigeria, Lagos. We've had Titans from the UK, and we've had Titans from America come on. So we're going to try to see what other continents can we expand to? What other countries can we get Titans from? So if you're a Titan listening now, from worldwide, wherever you are, let us know. Send in you know, your proposal of what you want to discuss on Talk with the Titans or present on Talk with the Titans, and we will try our best to have you on as well. Okay. So let's just get this started. Let's get this started. If you don't know as well, if you don't know, next week we've got a jam-packed show for you. We've got the Hebrew Alliance coming in the studios. The Hebrew Alliance is made up of all of the groups from GOCC, from AOC, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, Alliance of Israel. Boy, the Hebrew Alliance even extends to the continent. We've got brothers and sisters from Africa, you know, coming in from Cameroon, from Nigeria, women as well coming in to actually give a beautiful discourse on April the 5th. April the 5th is when they have their big Hebrew Alliance event, but they're going to come on next week, Wednesday, I believe that's the 2nd, and they're going to impart some information on to us. So stay tuned to that. If you haven't already subscribed to Talk with the Titans, hit that subscribe button right now, whether it's down below or up above. Just hit that subscribe button and you will be up to date. You will be in tune with every single one of our shows. They will be broadcasted on your YouTube for you. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to open this up for a discussion. We're going to open up the panel to have a healthy discourse right now. Okay, so my brother Isa, you are the next person up. Everybody is speaking about you. Everybody wants to know, when is Isa going to have his platform to, you know, really go into his Islam of the Quran and tackle? I see you're very vocal in tackling certain members within inside of the conscious community. So could you speak up on that?
Yeah, bro. I mean, what it is, when I first started the discussions and so on, the intention was to, you know, get people familiar with the fact that there are different types or different so-called versions of Islam that are out there, and then sort of build them up and get them familiar with the, let's say, the outside of what I was going to present. But because I found that, unfortunately, we seem to be, as a community, all over the place when it comes to the very basics, I've had to sort of take steps back and then kind of, you know, see how I will have to tackle this. So it's been a matter of, you know, how is it our people are going to really understand the truth when it's presented? Because at the moment, the problem is how we actually view things, which is the main problem. As in, when we're judging something, we're like, the truth can just be put straight in our face, but we're going to go after something like, well, this guy actually went to Egypt. And that's going to sort of sway us towards, let's say, a debate. And I'm thinking, well, if somebody took an airplane, you know, went to visit a place, how is that going to support his scholarship? Unless he showed you when he went there that, you know, he broke down the Medunetta, or he discovered something, or, you know, he's reading it right off the walls, and then he's showing something in relation to the debate. you know, where we're at as a community, I think that's sort of what's delaying me, kind of. So when you find me, let's say, some people say having digs, it's not really having digs at people. It's more what people are saying about Islam, and they're not what they're saying about Islam, and they're. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. One quick second. You know, I hear you with that on that situation where the conscious community is at as well. I know a lot of people is out there is talking at the moment with Zion Lex, the controversial Zion Lex last week, and the polite scenario or situation. So I'm with you. You know, I can see the audience member talking. There's a few Titans that's going to be joining us today. I'm not going to actually drop any names. We're just going to, you know, speak. But that's going to be a little bit later on. But go on, continue, my brother.
Yeah. So, what was that? Basically, because of what people have been saying about Islam and trying to bunch them together, or bunch Islam together with Judaism and Christianity, it's then put us in a position, or put me in a position, where they're saying that Judaism and Christianity are rip-offs from Kemet, and Islam is a rip-off from Judaism and Christianity. So they feel that once they've dealt with the Bible or Judaism and Christianity, they don't have to pay Islam no mind. And, you know, you would expect that from the layman who you bump into on the street that doesn't really care. He's heard it, you know, just from watching YouTube or something, and is not really into studying. But for the guys that are studying and doing research, that's not acceptable. You have to have done some kind of research before you put that information out there. So all I've basically been doing is challenging the basics of what they've been saying, to show them and the audience that they shouldn't be approaching it this way. If you're going to talk about scholarship, then keep it scholarly all the way. Don't just mention it when it suits you and when you're talking about your information.
Indeed, I'm with you there as well. See, that's going to be a very interesting dialogue when you come forth and you tackle these individuals. I think I know the individuals that you're talking about, and I've seen you go toe-to-toe with these individuals, and I've seen you trump these individuals as well. I don't know if the conscious community is ready for Islam. You know, I think Islam took a battering, you know, a few years back. But the UK brothers were just kind of finding it very comedic, in a certain sense, very comedic, and they didn't even pay it no mind at all. And I'm sure Isa is going to actually come and really show why the Islamic community in the UK in particular was very quiet about it, because it was just, to them, you know, very much beneath them. So that's going to be very interesting. I want to hear and I want to see that discussion so much. Okay. I'm going to come back to you, my brother Isa, but we're going to open up. We're going to open up the platform a little bit more to the rest of the members as well. So, real quickly, I just want to give a big shout out to my brother Asen Murray, or Asen Murray. You know, shout out to you, King. I see you. Also, I'd like to just let everybody know, Talk with the Titans is really trying to expand and give back to the community as well. Talk with the Titans actually set up the what was it? The Islamic unit. The Islamic unit has been working behind the scenes to come forward and bring you some information. So for all the Moors and all the Muslims out there, you know, stay tuned. You're going to see some great things from the Islamic unit when they finally emerge out of the mists. Okay, also, Talk with the Titans, you know, literally has been going on for the last few weeks now. We've set up a Learn Medu Netta classes. So the series is coming to a close at the moment, where we extended our arms and we started teaching the public Medu classes. It was actually packed. So far there's been three separate classes, Each class was fully booked. There's even more people that's asking to join the Meduneta classes. So hopefully, we never know, we're going to try to continue that, bringing some new people into the classes, and also we're going to actually try to broaden the range. So if you want to learn Hebrew, we're going to speak to some brothers that's going to be able to teach you the Hebrew language. If you want to learn the Arabic as well, we're going to have some brothers who will be able to teach you the Arabic language as well. So we're trying to give back to the community as much as possible. We're very grateful. We've also got new Titans emerging. Titans that will be soon, and I've given you a breakdown of the Egyptian sciences. We're going into the book of the Amduat. Oh wow, the 12 hours of the Amduat. I've got this this brother has got some excellent information for you. We've got some more that's going to be coming on. They're going to drop some science for you as well. Okay. You know what, and I know a lot of you are saying, why is it looking the way it is? I'm apologizing. I'm traveling at the moment. So, don't mind the quality. It will improve next show. All right. So, my brother Carl Albert, Israel Doctrine. Let me hear your words. Let me hear your words, because we haven't had you back for a while now, and I'd like to know, when you come back on Talk with the Titans, what will you have in store for our audience members?
Well, y'all know I'm the jump off. I started pretty much the first show with you which was Shaka Atmos book. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about it, but it was just exercise. When you're in this debate arena, you dealing with this conscious community, it's always stuff coming up that you got to deal with. But my thing is, that's I've been promoting, the liberation through the Bible. The liberation of our people through the Bible. I see a lot of people using the terminology and dealing with it from that perspective, which I'm glad people are doing that. And hopefully it'll turn the tides in the community. People can talk about things that's more liberating to the people than, stagnated or putting people in bondage with all this study and things of that nature. I believe that the community didn't learn the way of the white man. In this conscious community, we always talk about the white man this and the white man that. But he's the one that really brought scholarship, this, that, and the other. Tell me, when did you see some Africans on the African plains sitting down talking about, yes, this is scholarship? No, they talked about their culture, and they got the working it out amongst themselves. Did they have books? Did they have papyrus and stuff that they was doing this on? It's a great question. So we got, people that's promoting scholarship but not righteousness. That's something that I see going on in the community. So social justice, liberation for the people, as I did a show yesterday on Israel Doctrine on my YouTube channel. The God of the Bible of the fatherless. Let me just say this: the fatherless, the widow, and the stranger, and also his ministers. So.
That's an excellent point right there. This is one of the same points as well that a certain member of the Black Lotus civilization brought up recently as well, stating that everybody's so concerned at the moment with scholarship. But what about social justice? What about getting your heart right? What's about getting your spirit right? What's about getting your morals right? Isn't that much more productive for yourself than knowing all this historical information, all this linguistical information, archaeology, etc.? What is really the point of those things if your soul isn't right? If you cannot communicate with your fellow man in a peaceful manner. And I'm kind of with that. I'm very much with that, because I've seen it as well in terms of the YouTube comments. You can read the YouTube comments, and I don't think this is any of our regular followers or regular subscribers on our YouTube channel, but you can see it on the YouTube as well, that there's so much negativity, there's so much hate, there's so much backbiting, there's so much talk that's going on. That's really not productive. It's really not nice, and I really wouldn't even want to allow my children, because there's actually children watching these shows. There's children as young as the age of 13 watching these shows. Literally on they tell me they're watching it on their PlayStations, their Xboxes. You know, they're there. They caught onto the show by going through other YouTubes, and they've seen it on the side and they've clicked on it and they were amazed by it and they love it, etc. So these children are watching these programs, and you know, sometimes it hurts me to see how these negative comments can potentially affect these children's mind, because we think, you know, just us, it's grown up folks that actually watching these programs. No, it's not. We've seen it on Sun's channel where there was a young brother, you know, by the name of Prince, I believe, was there. I think he was like 8 years old, very young brother, very articulate brother. You know, he was watching the Polites, he was watching the Dr. Ali Muhammad, and so forth. So I think you know, it's for us to set a very good example for these children to grow up and prosper within this community that we are trying to foster and develop. So in that being said, we are extending our arms to the younger branch. The younger branch, if you need any mentoring out there, if you need any mentoring, you've got a particular Titan that you are very fond of and you want to get in touch with them, you know, hit us up on Talk with the Titans. Go to the Facebook group right now, Facebook Talk with the Titans. Add me on Facebook as well. And you know, I would definitely reach out to these Titans and see what type of program we can actually set up for them to actually dialogue with you, to help you in your life and kind of build you up to become the next Titan of this following generation. All right. My brother, I'm going to come back to you, my brother Israel. I'm going to go to my brother Kufu. Kufu from Team Osiris, Hotep. Okay, I don't know if he's available. I'm going to wait and see if he's available. I know we've got our brother Lord Abba from the Moorish Science Temple of America. I know he's tuned in, he's watching. He's actually inside of the panel at the moment. Hopefully, if the mics get unmuted, we can actually have a dialogue with him as well. All right. We also got our brother Pac-Man. Pac-Man, let me know if you're there as well. Just unmute your mic and we can get a conversation flowing. All right. So, my brother Kufu, I know that you're ready now. If you're ready, let me know. All right.
Peace, God. What's going on?
Peace, King. Peace. So, tell me, what are your thoughts on the conscious community so far, and what can be done to, you know, change things and make it into a much more better place?
I would just say that, you know, consciousness moves in a mysterious way. So, as far as the information being made available easily for the common person, I say it does justice on that note. And, you know, and what could be better is that, you know, people just can keep studying, keep building into positive lives for, you know, their family and their children, and being positive members of the community.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. As well, I can see the audience members out there. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sharing the link. We appreciate you. We can see the viewers are slowly rising, so we thank you for that. We thank you for the subscribers that have just hit the subscribe button as well. You know, we're going to keep you updated. Also, I'm going to put up a little link at the top as well, where you can see all of our past shows. You can see the show of Israel, Doctrine, Gorilla Hebrew, Dr. Ali Muhammad, Lost Pages of Islam, Part 1 and 2. You're gonna see, you can stay in tune with Brother Divine Prospect, Asar, I'm Hotep. You know, whoever's your favorite Titan, I'm pretty much sure we've had them on the show. So we're gonna put up the Talk with the Titans, the Talk with the Titans playlist. If you haven't checked it, go to the Talk with the Titans playlist within inside of the Talk with the Titans channel, and you're gonna see all of our past shows. All right. So, you know what? We've had so many Titans on so far. I would like to know, audience members out there, leave your comments right now in the YouTube comments. Just leave them down below right now. Who would you like to see next up on Talk with the Titans? Which Titan would you like to see next up? Okay, I want you to answer that question. I'm going to open it up actually to my brother Basim. Basim, who's joined us. He's one of our proud mascots of Talk with the Titans. He's been supporting us for a very long time now, and we salute you, my brother Basim. So, my brother Basim, if you're able, tell me, who would you like to see next up on Talk with the Titans?
Thank you for opening my mic, Kalam. Like you said, I've been a long time follower, enjoy the platform. I like to see all the Titans that you've had. I just encourage everybody when we're dealing with issues such as religion and our ancestry and who we are, our identity, have a passion for accurate and proper information. So I enjoy that. Also addressing some of these topics and issues such as economical, political, social, financial issues and topics that we discuss in the so-called conscious community. So look forward to more episodes, and thank you for opening my mic, Kalam. Shukran.
Shukran, my brother. All right. So, my brother, Israel Doctrine. I know we want to see you next up, but which Titan would you actually like to see next up?
I don't know, man. Ain't too many conversations out there really wetting my whistle at this time. Um, like I said, if it's not about liberation for the people, you know, for all people, all mankind, then I don't know what it is out there I want to hear. You know, freeing people from the false teachers and false prophets and people that's lying and cheating the community in so many ways is should be the goal of all.
You know what? There's one person that I know who is about this liberation, who is completely, he is an activist in the community that I personally want to see next up. And that's the brother King Noble. King Noble, he is about this liberation for the community. Fully, 100%. The way he moves, the way he operates, I think he's one of the realest brothers, kicking at the moment. A lot of people don't actually warm to the way he's doing things, but he's doing it exactly as the elder generations wanted us to do it. Right now, we're more into the debates and we're into talking, but he's doing things practical. So that's one brother. So if you're watching, King Noble, if you're watching, I salute you, and Talk with the Titans wants you on. All right, my brother Esau. Issa, who would you like to see up next on Talk with the Titans? Okay.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think I'm probably with you there with King Noble, I think. Personally, I think for me, King Noble, and it's between King Noble and Lord Abba, I think. Because I'm interested in what Lord Abba has to say in regards to, I think it's the law of the land, I can't remember what it was, but the way that the system works, the new government that they want to build or something like that. But the basic politics, the ideas that the Morris Science Temple come with, that's something I'm really interested in. But again, like I said, King Noble, he seems quite controversial, to be honest. On one side, when he's speaking, it's like, yeah, this brother's proper down for something. But then I hear people that I admire on one side saying things against him, so it's kind of weird. And it'd be interesting for him to probably clarify some of those issues, maybe. You know what I mean?
That's King Noble. All right. So brother Malik, you just joined us. I'm sure you either joined us in from the Facebook or from the YouTube. Which one? Where did you find the link to join us in today?
Oh, I saw it on Facebook, brother.
All right.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just
That's
linked
good.
in. I
That's
didn't
good.
know you guys was live. I just linked in.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. So you're part of the Talk with the Titans Facebook group?
True indeed. True indeed. Haven't been long, but I'm trying to get the hang of it. I've been studying this culture for many moons, so it's good to be a part of the learning panel.
Definitely, definitely. And have you enjoyed the experience on the Facebook group so far? I know there's plenty of posts to keep up to date with.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying it. I just hate that I missed the Metaneta studies and stuff like that, but hopefully you will be having some of those studies again and I can be a part of that.
Indeed, definitely. We'll make sure it happens, we're gonna get you on there, definitely. All
Okay.
right. So my brother Pac-Man and partner Easy, if your mics are open, let me know. Everybody else, please unmute your mic on the panel. So who would you like to see next up on Talk with the Titans?
I would say I got two. First and foremost, I would love to see the brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad, True Islam. I know he's coming up. But I've been waiting patiently for Dr. Wesley Muhammad to come on. You know, me and you already talked, Kalam, about the African brothers I know in West Africa who are scholars and they have books out pertaining to the Hebrew Israelite connection or ancestry of West Africa. And I wanted to get more in touch with them to get them on the show, you know, get them in the format of the show so they can discuss their books and their projects and the history they have concerning the Hebrew Israelite presence and heritage of West Africa.
Definitely, that will be absolutely epic. We're gonna try to make this happen. We're gonna get in touch with these brothers. I should actually go. Yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with these brothers. Don't worry about that. You know, a lot of people else been saying they want to see the brother, the fire god himself, Seti, Sarah, Su, and Seti up in the studio. I don't think you're ready for Sarah, Su, and Seti, you know. I don't even know if Talk with the Titans is ready for Sarah, Su, and Seti, because when he comes on, oh gosh, as soon as he touches the mic, as soon as he touches the camera screen, the whole, you know, everything just erupts. So, you know, we're gonna actually reach out to the brother Sarah, Su, and Seti. Other people been saying irritated genie as well. You know, I've seen a few clips of the brother, and I want to see more. I actually do want to see more. The brother has definitely intrigued me. So I definitely want to see irritated genie as well. So let me know, who would you like to see up on Talk with the Titans? Please let me know. Also, I'm just going to quickly broadcast my screen, sorry, to everybody. Okay, so for everybody out there who don't know about Talk with the Titans, I'm going to repeat it again. Talk with the Titans. This is on our page, our YouTube page of Talk with the Titans. So if you've subscribed, just hit the YouTube page of Talk with the Titans and you'll find out more about us here, okay? One of our main objectives for the show is to unite the conscious community across land and sea. And I believe so far we are doing this. The brothers and sisters out there have been reaching out to me. You know, they've been saying that since they've been on Talk with the Titans, or their name has been mentioned on Talk with the Titans, people randomly in shopping malls, on the bus, etc., you know, have been coming up to them. So we're happy about that. We're definitely united people, we've connected people from the continent to all the way to America. We've connected people from the UK all the way to America and vice versa. So hopefully we are reaching these objectives. You know, another objective is to unify through shared understanding of different perspectives. All right. So definitely, we are definitely unifying through our understanding of our different perspectives. We've been sharing information. We've had the ISUPK coming on to give us their perspective, and we've also got you know, the Continental Brothers from Black Lodge who came on and gave us their perspective. They're two opposite perspectives, two different perspectives, you know, but we're definitely understanding each other and you know, very intrigued by one another. You know, to bridge the gap between the community and its leaders. As it is already, we have titans that are sitting on the panel alongside the community members themselves. So we're definitely bridging that gap. On our Facebook group, we've got our titans posting literally regularly, near enough daily. We've got our brother from the Armin Ra squad, Jonathan Owens. We've got brothers from the from the Hebrew War Machine. We've got brothers from everywhere, to Zariak, from ISUPK. Everybody's posting up in the Talk with the Titans. Everybody. So if you want to speak with these Titans, the best bet, the best place to find all of the Titans, Lord Abba, Dr. Ali Muhammad, it's just to go to the Talk with the Titans Facebook group. The Talk with the Titans Facebook group right here, and literally you'll be able to speak with the Titans. You'll be able to talk with the Titans. So, keep it up, audience members. Keep talking with the Titans. Next thing as well is trying to foster the next generation of Titans. Hopefully we're doing this. We've had new Titans coming up. Our brother Tay from the UK has come up. Our brother Anahim has come up, these young brothers. So hopefully we're trying to foster the next generation of Titans, and hopefully we're achieving those objectives as well. And then also we're trying to share and critically evaluate useful information. One of our major goals for 2015 is to invite the Titans from the USA to the UK and vice versa for the purposes of lectures, workshop tours, and debates to discover the most exceptional, unknown, and known Titans worldwide and furnish them with a platform to share information. And 3, support and promote ethical businesses. Okay, so if you're an ethical business or a business out there that's working within the community, hit me up on the email and we'll try our very best to promote you, to advertise you on Talk with the Titans. So if you want to get an advertisement slot, call us in and we'll get you a slot on Talk with the Titans. All right, let me just come back. Let me come back to everybody. So we're trying our very best to work with our community members and to bridge the gap with the Titans. So I'm going to open it up again. I'm going to open it up again to Lord Abba. If you're there, I know your mic is muted at the moment. If you're there, please speak away. Now, Brother Isa, can you hear me?
Yes, brother.
Brother Isa, can you?
Yes, bro. Abba.
Okay. So now in terms of debates, we've seen a lot of debates that has occurred so far. We've seen the Hebrews versus Kemet. We've seen the Kemetics versus the Muslims. What would be a very profound debate?
To be honest, a profound debate would be...
Pause. I just want to interject real quickly. A profound debate, in my opinion, is Isa versus the Amun-Ra squad about Islam. Personally, that's what I would like to see. But continue, my brother.
I think it wouldn't be fair if you only had the Amun-Ra squad. So I think you would have to throw whoever else is opposing the Islam of the Quran. So, if there's Hebrews out there, to Zariak, whoever else, I think they would need to help each other out. And then we could all go at it, and it would be me against the rest of them. Because I think it's quite unfair, because most of them seem to have literally no idea what this science of the Quran is actually saying. But yeah, I would say it would be a good discussion for me to assist them. But when it comes to a debate, I don't think they would last very long. I don't think it'd be quite a easy victory, really. You know what I mean? So I think it would be a discussion, really. That would only be fair, I think. And people think, they think I'm arrogant and all this kind of stuff. It's mainly because where most of the brothers are coming from, if they're coming from the Hebrew perspective, I've already been in the Bible, grew up in the Bible, etc. If they're coming from the Kemetic perspective, I've already been through that for many years. So most of what they're saying I'm already familiar with. It's them who are not familiar with where I'm coming from. So that's why I speak with the confidence I do.
Wow. You speak with, indeed, that confidence. You're saying it wouldn't even be a debate. It would be a teaching session. You would be instructing them in this so-called debate. Well, it would be class for you. It would be you giving class. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I think it would be a sharing of information. Yeah. I guess that's what I was saying. I was saying discussion, but yeah, it would have to be that.
It would have to be a class session where you're just instructing them. So this will be very interesting. I would actually like to see this dialogue take place. Possibly between you and the brother Ujab with us or Asai and Hotep. That would be something. That would be something. I don't know if the Amun Ra squad is too keyed up in Islam. I've seen them, I've heard them. They know a lot about the Hebrew doctrine. They know a lot about Kemet, but they know very little about Islam. So this will be real interesting to actually see indeed. Also, a quick message: if you want to join the panel, I've actually left with inside of the description box down below. If you just check the description box down below, there is a link to join us. The panel is almost full. So if you want to join us, if you're watching the YouTube right now, just click that link and you'll be able to join us in. Also, if you're enjoying the information that you're hearing so far, you're enjoying the discussion, and if you want to ask questions, please drop your questions down. If you're enjoying this and you love Talk with the Titans, give us a big thumbs up. Let us know that you're enjoying what we are doing. All right. So, we've had these debates going on. Kemet on trial. I want another debate. I want to see something very powerful take place. I actually wanted to see the brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad possibly debate Brother Shaka Ahmos and or Dr. Ali Muhammad. I think that would be a beautiful thing right there, because each one of those individuals, has something special to offer and deliver in the talks of Islam. Definitely Dr. Wesley Muhammad, if you haven't bought his book, Black Arabia, it's a must read. It's an exceptional quality piece of literature. It's a scholarly written book, and I think that's one of my favorite books, actually, to be honest with you. The way he's read it, the way he's written it, and the way he's brought all these different ideas together is definitely a good read. I won't say there isn't any questionable parts in there, which I think the brother Shaka Ahmos will do a good job in deconstructing and sharing his concept of Islam and its origins as well. Obviously, Dr. Ali Muhammad, he has the most extraordinary views on Islam, the most extraordinary, and I used that word, in a very, in a very humble manner. There is something even greater to explain Dr. Ali Muhammad, but I will say extravagant and extraordinary man with Islam. He really makes you think, and his research does actually hold up to be truthful. So that'd be a very good debate to see with those brothers. But I want to know, audience members out there, what would you like to see debated? Who would you like to hear debate? Personally, I would love to hear conversations kind of switch to business and economics. How can we economically empower ourselves? How can we, because we're using the magic of the ethers, we're using the magic of internet, we're hooking up continents and countries together. We're hooking up people from the West Indies, the people from Americas, the people from Canada, people from Netherlands, the people from Philippines, people from China, even people from Australia, people from the UK, France, Africa, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, the list goes on. How can we now, using the magic of internet, share our resources and build businesses? Okay, that's what I want to know. Can we have a discussion about business? Okay, there's a lot of us out here who travel a lot. We've got our brothers who are doing we're going away in June and July to Israel, and we're going to Egypt. These are two places. We should be able to reach out to the community and say, community members, what would you like to see? What sites in Israel would you like to see? What sites in Egypt would you like to see? Who would you like us to speak to? Okay, we've got the Bedouins that we're going to be staying with, and other people out there that we're going to be staying with, the indigenous people. We're going to be staying with the indigenous Nubians, etc. What type of questions would you like us to ask these individuals? We really need to come together as a community, and share our resources, share what we've got. We've got people over there that may not be tremendously wealthy, but they've got resources, they've got land, that they would definitely want us to purchase. There's so much investment opportunities out there as well. So I would love for the conversation to kind of move over to economics. We've got our brothers in Ghana. We've got the cloths, the materials, the ornaments. We've got the gold. We've got so much things in these countries that they're waiting for us to come over and invest in. Or even they want us to trade with us as well. So please let us know, what else would you like to talk about? That's what I want to know. Who else and what else would you like to hear debated? Brother Kufu.
Peace, brother. I just wanted to respond to the debate about Isa and the Amara Squad. Now, I'm affiliated with the Amara Squad. I'm a part member of Team Osiris. What I will say about the Quran is, I was born into Islam, and I've studied Islam for the majority of my life. What I would say is that Islam does have science in it, but the Quran does have science in it, but the Quran is not a document for which you could progress scientific experiments or scientific technology in a modern sense. So as far as I would love for the brother to display some information as far as science and the Quran that maybe he has evidence of or literature on that is not promoted in the traditional Quran, because I read the traditional Quran and there is science in it, but not to the level of where you're going to be able to run a society, you know what I mean, as far as scientific methods and things of that nature. And I think it was the European from over your way, Caleb, was in the wheelchair, Richard Hawkins. I think he said that Islam has not produced any science within the last 500 years. So if the Quran is such a scientific book, then where is the progression of technology and sciences? Now, I know that when I studied Iran is a leader in developing technology as far as chemotherapy and cancer and such. Most of the Western countries get their equipment from Iran. So, but I don't think that information is coming out of the Quran. So I just want to, put that out there for, members of the Amara Squad who are not able to present themselves. And I see that the Moorish brother, is unmuted his mic, so I'm going to fall back.
Islam.
Islam, Lord Abba.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump in without being properly. I didn't know if I was jumping spots or anything, so I'll wait for you, Kalam, to let me know if it's okay to speak.
Listen, it's always a honor and privilege to hear Lord Abba speak. So I'm not even gonna say please speak. You're always welcome to speak. So please,
Islam. First, I want to say that I rise giving all praise to Allah, the highest of honors to His holy and divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I extend honors to the harbinger and forerunner Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I extend honors to all true and divine prophets. I extend honors to all messengers and freedom fighters who were sent to us in the West. And I extend honors to each and every last one of you, for when man honors man, he honors his father, God Allah. Now, I didn't hear the initial portion of the conversation. I couldn't hear anything at first, so I just kind of fell back. But when I came on, I heard the brother speaking, and he brought up an interesting point about Islam, and the Quran being a scientific book, etc. I just wanted to say this. When you read certain books, Stanley Lane Poole's The Moors in Spain, for instance, when it speaks about when the Moors ran out of Europe, civilization, the advancement of civilization fell back 500 years. He also noted that when Islam was in the hands of these people that we call Arabs or Turks, that the science, the advancement of knowledge absolutely stop. This is something that was noted in Drusilla Dungy Houston's book, The Wonderful Ethiopians of the Ancient Kushite Empire. There was a Muslim cleric, we call them descendants of Hagar, Arabians, you know, that's the modern usage term, so we can call them an Arab today. But they're not the true Arabs. And I think I've posted minuscule amounts of information to prove it, while people like Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Tariq Berry, Sister Dana Marnichiev, they have put out massive amounts of information to show and prove, so that we won't go there. I wanted to really address the point that when we're dealing with science, science is such a broad term. Most of us like to think of science as a microscope or a telescope, but we don't look at science in the broad spectrum from which it grew out of. Before we get the term science, we have what's known as the natural philosophies, and it encompassed everything. So science was just the Latin term scientia, which meant to know. And if you were proficient in a thing, you were a scientist at that thing. So if we're going to deal with Islamic science from an Americanized point of view, then we have to look at let's look at political science. How does the political science of the Quran affect us, as opposed to us being in a laboratory with white coats on, looking for how to advance just through what is written in the Quran? No, I can look at Islam on an international scale. I can trace back my own organization's success. I can trace back point two rather, the success that Islam has right now in the world, its banking system, which is also called Sharia compliant financing. We call it Islamic banking or Islamic financing. We don't use the term Sharia. Well, it is the only competitive system against the current oligarchical banking system of the Rothschilds. There's no other system that is growing. Go to Wikipedia and look up Islamic banking and read it, and you'll see that it is outpacing what we would call standard banks today. So when I see Islam, I am not looking at it through a tunnel. I see the benefit of it. And then it forces me now to go back into the history of it. So when I see Islam spreading to China, and then I see the Mosque of China, well, the Mosque of China was a Chinese-style mosque. When I see the Mosque of West Africa, it was a West African-style mosque. This is what Islam was. There was no uniform dress, if you will. There was no real uniform custom in the beginning of it. It was the spreading of a message, and that was, there is no God but God. The portion where it says, and Muhammad was his messenger, that came, what, 200-300 years after the fact. This is a historical fact. I'm quite sure you can all Google right now. So Islam was taken from a certain point where it was malleable. It was also friendly to every system, because the main premise of it was there is no God but God. And this is something that I had to realize. And now that I look at it, and I don't look at it just from the scope of a religious view. I don't just look at it through just the scope of a spiritual system. I look at it for the benefit that it will bring our people. Because if we're honest, like, we can dredge up our ideologies, use them as a shield, as a curtain, etc., facade. But if we're honest, then and we get to looking into what will help us right now, that I say this, and I put my credibility on the line, that there is nothing like Islam for our people. And this is why Noble Drew Ali came and he Americanized it. Because Islam was never meant to just be this one set of, you got to dress this way, you have to look this way, you have to pray this way. No, that's not how Islam started. Anybody that looks into the history of Islam will see this. Look into the history of it. We can have the dogmatic ideological debates at another time, but when you look into the history of how it started, of who Prophet Muhammad was, how his family is described in the ancient records, well then I am going to urge all Afrocentrists, Hebrew Israelites, Christians alike to go back and take a second look, because we need to be figuring out how do we get up out of the muck and the mire, because that is what is
Okay. I think our brother
important knowledge and things of that nature. So in the Quran, excuse me, was in the Quran was, I mean, it was basic, and it was things that we explored and expanded upon. Well, what happened after that? We let somebody else come in and take something else from us, and now, like Noble Drew Ali said, Islam is yours. That is why you don't recognize it. Now we don't want to recognize it. We have raised up our scholars to be our prophets, and in doing so, we're not finding any solutions. We're producing a bunch of scholars, a bunch of people that know a bunch of information, but they have no solutions. They can, like Chancellor Williams did in The Destruction of Black Civilization, the back of the book. I thought that was in part an excellent plan, but all it was an idea. Wasn't nothing that was workable, or else those that followed this man and held him up would have called him on his plan and made that plan come to fruition. And this is where, you know, and this is just what I wanted to say to you all tonight, that when you look at what Noble Drew Ali did, go back and look at the images of the convention. He had the brothers in the Egyptian Namuz. He got the sisters in the Arabian garb. He himself looked like a Hindu guru. Like, he blended all of our ancient systems into one. And when you read our book that many of you believe are plagiarized, he just said, I divinely prepared it. I took from this source, that source, and put it into one book. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just that we didn't have these teachings that Masonry and Rosicrucians and people in the Middle East were using all over the world, self-help or self-development information. And he said, well, here you go, this little pamphlet right here, because I know what you're into, every last one of you. I know your doctrine, I know your ideology, but most of you refuse to take a deeper look. And the reason why I know your ideology is because I was trying to figure out what could be useful for the uplift of my people, period.
Wow.
You have your blinders on, and your scholar said, forget Islam. That's it.
Okay, my brother.
we gotta come together. I'm gonna shorten it up.
This is going to be a very interesting dialogue. I want to have my brother Lord Abba in the studio again, hopefully with the brother Isa and a few members of the Islamic unit, kind of before Dr. Wesley Muhammad comes on, or just after. I would love to have those minds, really prepare our minds for Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Next week we've actually got the Hebrew Alliance coming in, Nasi Yashavel, and the whole host. Wow, that's going to be something amazing. We're actually reaching the end of the show right now. This is really truly meant to be a 60-minute special, but we're going to continue a little bit more, and we're going to get our brother Mikha'el, I believe, yes, Mikha'el Yisrael on the mic. Okay, so brother Mikha'el, what's on your mind right now?
Shalom, brother Kalam. Can you hear me?
Shalom, my brother.
Yeah, shalom. Grace and peace. Barak Alakim to everybody on the line. Honestly, I think if it is something like an Islam Kemet debate, it would be entertaining. But at the same time, if you really truly know the origins of Islam, it wouldn't be that unexpected. Now, I know a brother like Lord Abba, he comes with an unorthodox approach as far as mainstream Islam. And with that, I give him credit. But he know who this is. Me and him was supposed to have a nationwide discussion about 3 weeks ago on the debate talk for you, but he bailed out 2 or 3 days ahead of time for some reason. I don't know. Whatever reason, it really doesn't matter. But I was raised under Moorish American science or whatever. And the truth is, just from my standpoint, like he was talking about the science and the knowledge, he was absolutely right. That's what science is, knowledge. But I don't apply to none of that. I apply to what I call Eastern God wisdom. Because knowledge just means you know something. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. And I believe the only one that has that is the true original origins. Before it was an Islam, it was the original manuscripts of the Hebrews. And I'm not making this a debate between the Hebrews and Islam. But what I will say is, if you sit back and look at certain things, I think why brother didn't want to talk to me is when you even trace these things back and really research the Prophet Muhammad. See, I'm not one of them Israelites that would disrespect them just because we don't understand it. I understand it. Like that brother did, I searched everything. But what I do know is Muhammad's father was Abdullah. And Abdullah's name in itself is like serving a slave to Muhammad. I mean, to Allah. Now, I know I don't claim to be as tuned up in Moorish science as my brother Lord Abba does, but what I do know is it would not surprise you if Islam and the Kemetic society actually wind up in an agreement. The simple fact that really Islam started based off of the 360 deities of ancient Persia. And when you connect them, they also connect back to ancient Egypt. See, the Israelites don't have that problem. So when you really want to get into the science of something, I would never deny and say the Quran does not have science in it. That would be stupid. But the simple fact, the Quran actually is an extension, although most Israelites will not accept that. It is an extension of the Holy Bible. Is it legit? Now that's the question. Is it legit? Should it have been? That's another question. But there's no denying that if it was not for the Hebrews and the Israelites and our ancestors, there would not be a Quran. That cannot be disputed in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So I think if I was to just sit back and check it out, it would be entertainment. But at the same time, would it be enough power in it to edify and raise up our people? I say no. I literally say no.
Wow. This is wow. I love this. This is really fresh information. It's very refreshing to hear a brother as yourself, Mikha'el, so eloquently and so very astute on Islam and its Israelite or Hebrew connection. Is there connection? Is there not correct connection? Is it stemming from a shady origins, or is it coming from a pure origins? And should the Hebrews be accepting of our Muslim brothers as being an extension of the true faith of the Israelite or the Hebrew doctrine and their scriptures? This is going to be very interesting. Did the individuals, the Arabs or whatever they were at the time, worship 360 deities? Can these 360 deities be found in Persia, or are these 360 deities found in Egypt? So there's some very interesting points that was raised. Muhammad's father, allegedly his name was Abdullah. The servant or the slave of Allah. Does that mean that there is a Hebrew or a Christianic connection? Or who is this deity? Who is this God Allah? Is it the same God that is written off in the scriptures as being the Elo or the Allah or the Elohim of the Bible? So these are very interesting questions that's being raised. Is Allah the same deity as Ra? In the Egyptian cosmogony or cosmology as well. Dr. Wesley Muhammad, wrote an article in his book, Black Arabia, about this. And there's a few other people in the conscious community that's discussing the connections between Allah and Ra, and even Allah and the Yoruba deities, or El and the Yoruba deities of Olu, Oludumare, etc. So, there is a lot of talk going on. And I think this is something that is not just educational and not just entertaining, but it actually gets to the heart. It may actually come to a point where, we see that there isn't as many differences that is first espoused, but there's quite a lot of similarities within inside of the Hebraic doctrine, with the Islamic doctrine, with the Kemetic doctrine, and even our West African cultures as well. So this definitely is sounding very interesting, and I would love to have my brother Mikha'el back in the studios, and and some other brothers back in the studios to actually go through this and have a very a very fulfilling dialogue on this subject matter. I see my brother Kufu. Kufu, is there something that you wanted to say? We're about to close the show very shortly. I think I'm going to give the closing remarks to my brother Israel Doctrine and Isa. So if there's anything that you want to say, Kufu, the line is open to you.
Peace, peace. Just wanted to say that, not only do I talk with the Titans, but I walk with the gods, all right? My brother Muhammad Ali actually came to my house. We went to the mosque together. My foot is touching his foot. We're offering salat. My brother Wallace Dean Muhammad, son of Elijah Muhammad. I sit at the table with this brother. Broke bread with the gods. So when I say what I say, it's only because I feel like Islam is under the control of people, and I don't think that Africans can get that control back. But there's definitely aspects of Islam that is beneficial to our people. Peace.
Peace. All right. So my brother Israel Doctrine, I'm going to open up your mic, and please leave us with some last words for our audience members.
Well, with me, it's total liberation, spiritual liberation over physical liberation, seeing that all type of things can hold you down physically, but mentally we got to be free as a people. And I said total liberation once again to all mankind, because where one is being downtrodden or treated bad, then they will want to raise up and oppress others also. So everybody needs to stop oppressing people. The Israelites, my message to them is, people talking about alliances, but they're not really trying to make true alliances. And that my message to them is, we gotta clean some stuff in house, and it's still on. And I look to deal with y'all in the future. But I appreciate the show. There was a lot of information, a lot of good people on here speaking and stuff. I love that political dialogue and concept when people put on their business voices and stuff. But thanks for letting me on. I hope to come back and drop some information about this liberation to y'all. Peace.
Thank you. Peace. Salute. Okay, my brother Isa.
Yes. Well, I'll just say this. Yeah, we've got brother, is it Kufu? Brother, is it Mikha'el? A lot of people say, well, they've been Muslim for years and they know these imams and they even learn Arabic and so on and so forth. You're generally going to find that no one, apart from the early Shia imams, really went into the sacred sites of the Quran. It was taken over very early, and from there it's been a political tool, and you've only really had the crust, so to speak, of the Quran, the crust of Islam. That's the crumbs from the table, so to speak. No one's really built something and really gone into, I would say, where it's become public. You have amongst the Sufis is probably the closest, and they go into the mystical and the scientific, philosophical. So whenever they're speaking, it sort of goes over my head, because I'm like, well, the people you've interacted with, I've read a few or heard a few of their talks or whatever, and again, they don't go into the sacred science. So, we'll see. It's good that the brothers, have opinions. At least Brother Kufu was expressing that, he was saying that it's Islam as a whole is more or less in control of other people, which I kind of agree. When he's saying you don't think we could take it back, but in relation to this science, once it's known, it's going to be ours. It is ours, and it's our inheritance, and that's basically it. It's for us to, use the sacred science, because it's a holistic science. It's not just the physics and the chemistry and people what they're thinking. It's holistic. So it deals with politics, it deals with psychology, physiology, social science, everything that's involved with the human liberation. That's what I gotta say, brother.
All right, thank you, my brother Isa, as well. I know, what, my brother Panahisi, I've got to let him have a closing word as well. Brother Panahisi, you there? All right.
Yeah, shalom, shalom.
Go ahead, my brother.
I guess I'll speak from the Hebrew perspective in closing, because I'm kind of off of the whole Kemet debate and stuff like that. And when it comes to Islam and me, I have a very deep love for Islam and the affinity the affinity for Islam because I know my West African ancestors were Muslims, and I know the benefits of Islam, and and the discipline and the teachings. But from the Hebrew perspective, my mission going forward is to put the Hebrew Israelites back into their African context. Put everything back into this African context, and I stand in opposition and defense. I stand in opposition to any Hebrew or anybody that attacks Africa, and I stand in opposition to anybody who wants to de-Africanize the Bible or the Hebrew Israelites, whether they be from the Afrocentric community or the Hebrew Israelite community. Because a lot of Hebrews in America, they want to detach themselves from Africa. But in 2015, I'm going to make that really hard for them to do. They're going to really have to be on their stuff to come at Africa and claim to be a Hebrew Israelite.
That's real. You know what, my brother Panahis, he has a very, a resounding catchphrase or statement that he says about his Hebrew Israeliteness and his Africanness. I would love to hear those words said again for it to resonate with our audience. So if you could just drop that wisdom for us, and I'm going to close with those final words.
If you're a Hebrew Israelite in 2015 and you feel any type of way about you not being African, or you're not a Hamite, this, that, and the other, you're going to have a hard time. I'm going to make your existence of teaching our people very, very tough, because Hebrews are African, and you're gonna learn that by this year.
All right. Thank you. So, all our audience members out there, if you've enjoyed this show so far, give us a big thumbs up. Let us know you're liking. I can see how many people's watching, so please give us a big thumbs up. Let us know that you enjoyed the show. If you're not already subscribed, just hit that subscribe button down below as well, and be prepared for next week. We've got the whole Hebrew Alliance coming in: Divine Prospect, Nasi Yeshavel, Zion Lex, controversial Zion Lex. I know everybody wants to hear what is going on with the brothers Zion Lex and Paul Light. Oh wow! But we're gonna have these brothers coming in. We're gonna have what's his name now? Black Lotus Civilization. We've got so much of these brothers coming in. So you're gonna enjoy next week's show. So stay tuned, and remember our shows are on every single Wednesdays weekly. So enough love and respect. Peace. I'm Kalam, and this has been Talk with the Titans, and I'm signing out.